an agriculture systems transformation strategy to increase the consumption of affordable, quality, and nutritious foods, and to enhance food self-reliance and promote social and economic development. The European Union is strongly supporting the agriculture system in the Caribbean with some financial and technical resources available under the Global Gateway Strategy. In 2023 alone, we signed a 19 million euro package of support for food security in the region to enhance the resilience and sustainability of food systems, promoting food and nutrition security, particularly amongst vulnerable groups. I'd like to hope that we can also reduce the cost of food because we all know how expensive it is. We will be able to discuss progress and next steps in this program, as well as launch the call for proposals linked to it during the Caribbean Week of Agriculture in only a few weeks in the neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Under the EU-Caribbean Economic Partnership Agreement, we have also created the standby facility with the Caribbean Development Bank to support producers across the Caribbean. We're also supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises to be more competitive, including in the agriculture sector through the Regional Private Sector Development Program. We will continue our support for agribusiness, striving to identify the most sustainable approaches to resilience and actively promoting the utilization of risk management instruments such as insurance schemes to minimize losses in the event of a disaster. It is not easy, the task is difficult, and the resources are scarce, but there is no alternative. The 3-day seminar is a clear example of this. I hope you find the exchanges useful. I hope you learn and you find new ways to advise people in both sectors that insurance is important, even if their incomes are not reliable and steady, because we don't want to see the kind of losses that Barrow brought to the countries in the region most recently. Thank you for your time, and I wish you a very productive seminar. Thanks.
Thank you, Ambassador. I would now like to invite Dr. Didicus Jules to deliver his opening remarks. Thanks.
Well, the example having been set by our beloved and esteemed ambassador of the EU, I have no choice but to recognize the protocols already established. So distinguished friends, ladies and gentlemen, and I imagine passionate defenders of food security in the region. We are here together at a very pivotal moment for our region, a moment where the stakes are high, as we are all aware, and the challenges are immense. The Caribbean, and the OECS in particular, has long been recognized for its heavy reliance on tourism, a sector that contributes up to 39% of our GDP and accounts for 11% of our jobs. However, this dependency underscores a significant issue, and that is the diminished role of agriculture in our economies, with some member states seen as little as 2% contribution from this vital sector, and hence the importance of food security and food resilience. Yet the importance of agriculture cannot be overstated. The ambitious goals set by the OECS FAST, that was referred to by Ambassador Gosha, and the CARICOM 25 by 25 strategy highlight our collective resolve to combat rising food and nutrition insecurity, a reality that has been exacerbated by climate change and the lingering impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, we open a seminar that aims to address a critical gap in our agricultural landscape. That is the lack of comprehensive agricultural insurance. Our farmers, fishers, and agro-entrepreneurs are operating in an environment of increasing uncertainty. Despite this, we as policymakers are encouraging them to increase production and commit to a livelihood in agriculture and fisheries. It is imperative, therefore, that we lay a solid foundation to support them. The objective of this seminar is simple but profound: to chart the future of agricultural insurance in our region, ultimately. Appropriate insurance schemes are not just an option, as we have heard, they are a necessity to ensure the sustainability of the sector. We have seen time and time again the vital role that governments play in providing resources to support recovery after natural disasters. And as was referenced, the recent passage of Hurricane Beryl, which caused devastating damage across several islands, including Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is a stark reminder of this reality. In Grenada alone, Hurricane Beryl resulted in an 80% total loss of economic crops, with damages valued at over EC $341 million. This disaster has set back the agriculture sector by 12 years and the fisheries sector by 2 years. The fundamental question we must ask and answer is, how do we design and implement risk mitigation solutions that not only support recovery, but also build resilience in these sectors? Over the next few days, we will hear from experts who will present an analysis of the current state of agricultural insurance in our region and beyond. We will explore potential opportunities and options with the ultimate goal of creating a blueprint for the future. This blueprint will guide the OECS in providing comprehensive, sustainable, and strategic support to our farmers, fishers, and agro-entrepreneurs. I would like to take the opportunity to recognize the European Union for funding this initiative under the Caribbean Cooperation Facility, with implementation managed by the International and Ibero-American Foundation for Administration and Public Policies. I also extend gratitude to our key partners, including the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and the Caribbean Catastrophic Risk Insurance Facility. Finally, I encourage active participation and engagement from all representatives present, including those from the Ministries of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Finance, importantly, and Finance from our member states, the farmer representatives punctuating this, experts from the European Union, and other stakeholders. Together, let us lay the groundwork for a more resilient and prosperous agricultural future for our region. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jules. So this brings to the end our opening ceremony. So a round of applause again for all of our speakers. Thank you. So we will now have a very short coffee break and be back in this room for 10 o'clock. That will allow us to do some setup of IT so we can start sharp at 10. So a quick coffee break and then back in here for 10. Thank you so much.